Coming up, Central Connecticut State University calls a lockdown.
Central New Yorkers are calling for greater penalties on animal abusers.
Tens of thousands of demonstrators flood the streets outside the U.S. Embassy in Iran.
And a new facial recognition software allows teachers to see if students are paying attention. CitrusTV News starts right now.
With all that Halloween in the books, that can only mean one thing. Old Man Winter is starting to rear its ugly head once again. Good evening and welcome to Citrus TV News Live at 6 on this Monday, November 4th. I'm Chris Wilner.
And I'm Giles. We'll have the newest details on the LAX shooting and what police are finding out just days later.
But first up tonight, a campus safety scare at Central Connecticut State University, and that's our top story tonight. There was a bit of a scare today at Central Connecticut State University. At around noon, the school ordered students to remain in their dorms and away from their windows. A spokesperson for the university said somebody was seen either with a gun or was thought to have a gun. The 3-hour lockdown was lifted at 3:15 this afternoon, and the suspect is in custody.
Phase 2 of the Connective Corridor is officially up and running. This weekend, Zip Fest in Foreman Park drew attention to the expanding project with food trucks and a portable zip line. The festival's 200-foot-long ride spanned half a block and drew large crowds with the goal of connecting the university with the city. Phase 1 renovated the streetscape around SU. Phase 2 is set to build on this, connecting these developments to the downtown area. And Syracuse University Student Association finished Impact Week on Saturday. The week focused on community service projects in Syracuse. Volunteers helped at the Ronald McDonald House, the Rescue Mission, and cleaned Thorndon Park as a few of the service opportunities throughout the week. The closing banquet raised $440 that the Student Association donated to Henninger High School for the drama and arts. And arts and science come together at the Syracuse University's Media Interface and Network Design Lab. Opening tonight for the demos and reception, called the Mind Lab for short, this space is equipped for 3D projection, virtual reality, and human-computer interaction. SU Arts Engage Performance has space in the same location, combining theater and dance with these technologies. The lab is located in the AXA Tower along the Connective Corridor.
Joanna Masinglia is the new interim dean designate of the School of Education at Syracuse University. She will officially take over January 31st of next semester. SU's interim chancellor Eric Spina made the announcement. Masinglia is a professor of both mathematics and mathematics education. She also chairs in the school's teaching and leadership department. The SU men's cross-country team kicked off its ACC championship debut with a win Friday morning in North Carolina. The number 14 Orange are on a conference championship win streak after stealing the Big East title last season. Syracuse head coach Chris Fox is proud of his squad and commends the team for advancing to nationals. SUNY ESF is making a name for itself in cross-country sports. The college is set to host the U.S. Collegiate Athletic Association Cross-Country National Championships. The coach says that his team has been growing over the years, and he hopes it will begin to take more seriously. Nationals will be held this Friday off campus, but as things continue to grow, ESF Athletics hope to bring events to Syracuse University facilities.
The Student Association elections are a week from today, with the big televised presidential debate taking place this Sunday. And Citrus TV's Luis Ortiz takes an in-depth look at presidential candidate Ivan Rosales.
Ivan Rosales was the second person to announce his candidacy for Student Association president. Since then, his campaign has been all over the internet and social media. Ivan says that he has a passion for the university and its students.
I love Syracuse. I really love the whole, Syracuse took a chance on me, idea, because it did. It took a chance on me, and I love that, and I love being here on campus. I love all the different opportunities and the different students that you meet and all of those things.
Currently, he presides the Student Philanthropy Council, where he runs meetings every week, and was also involved in the selection of new Chancellor Kent Severud. He was in SA for various semesters, recently as chair of student life, but he resigned earlier this semester because he didn't feel that SA was focusing on the student body.
I think something that SA isn't doing right now and that it should be doing is focusing on the students. I love SA, I really like getting involved. I love helping students, helping students and helping others is my passion. And I knew that I could do that outside of SA, but to the degree that I wanted to do it, I needed to be back in there.
And his plan for SA is called SU, which is composed of 3 elements. First is student engagement, that he will try to expand and have a conversation about hunger in the SU Hill. Academic excellence, where he plans to get input regarding classes and academic issues from students. And diversity, where he wants students to learn and appreciate other cultures, including a plan for a multicultural festival.
Diversity is an amazing part of SU. We have people from all over the world, different religions, different cultures, different genders, and we want to embrace all of that.
Jennifer Bacalaris is Ivan's campaign manager. She says that students should expect Ivan to complete his plans that he set out in the campaign.
Ivan's not that type of person to sit back and kind of say, these are the things I want to do. And kind of sit there and say, okay, well, if you elect me, I'll do them.
Ivan says that this election is all about the student community, and that it should remain that way.
I love absolutely everything that I've done here at Syracuse. And I can see that in students, and I can see students being happy for being here. And I want to do whatever I can to make their experience that much better.
This is Luis Ortiz for CitrusTV News.
The SA elections begin next Monday. Students can vote on My Slice starting at midnight on Monday the 11th and can vote until Thursday, November 14th.
With animal abuse on the rise in central New York, state legislators are taking a look at possible solutions.
And the latest on the shooting that killed one TSA officer at the Los Angeles International Airport last week. Stay with us.
Looks like fall temperatures have arrived and are here to stay. Syracuse should be expecting some rain in the forecast for the coming week, and I'll let you know when to bring out those umbrellas. Stay tuned for your full forecast coming up on CitrusTV News.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
We are different. Society should aspire to be more like us.
Be part of the first class. Get energized. Get outside.
Hold on, guys. It's gonna get bumpy.
And get moving. Experience the power of physical activity. Join the movement at ActionHeroAlliance.com.
That's slow. Look, he's blushing.
Welcome back. With several recent reports of animal cruelty in central New York, many are calling for greater penalties for abusers. Caitlin Richards has more on one possibility that is being debated by the state's highest officials and how local animal rescues are doing their best to put these animals in the right hands.
Sadie doesn't say much, but she is looking for love just like the rest of them.
Her biggest issue is her age. It's harder for us, like it is a lot of rescues, to adopt the senior dogs.
Helping Hounds wants to make sure she is going to an owner that can give her all the love she deserves.
And our biggest hope is that people looking to adopt a dog understand that it is a decade or more of a commitment. That they're in it for the long haul.
But some animals aren't as lucky.
And I was trying to unhook her from the chain that was very tight and it was short to a pole. My heart just broke. I was almost in tears.
Coco was found chained in an attic in mid-October. When she was rescued, she was 25 pounds underweight. Coco is only one of several recent animal abuse stories that have surfaced in central New York. As the weather cools, the number of cases seems to increase.
People will leave their dogs out all summer long with no shelter or whatnot. And then when winter comes, they still leave them out with no shelter and whatnot. And then, people, they notice that.
Recent attention on animal cruelty cases has led many to call for stricter penalties for abusers. Recently, there was a push to create an animal abuser registry for all of New York State. The bill passed the Senate in June but failed in the Assembly. Currently, a petition to get the bill reintroduced has more than 11,000 signatures.
It's almost like buying a gun in New York State. You can do a background check and just make you call a number and see if this person has been convicted of a felony or whatnot, and then they're not eligible to purchase a gun.
The dogs at Helping Hands tend to be out in 1 to 2 weeks, but for some like Sable, they don't mind waiting for the perfect home.
While this bill could ease the adoption process at Helping Hounds, the shelter has come up with their own system of checkpoints to make sure applicants have the dog's best interest in mind.
A lot of times people fall in love with the color or the size or the cuteness. We try to educate them what their personality is so that they're not getting in over their heads.
For now, educating people about the commitment it takes to adopt an animal seems to be the best solution to keeping these pets safe.
Caitlin Richards, Citrus TV News.
The petition is still collecting signatures online.
Investigators are learning more details that led up to the fatal LAX shooting last Friday. Authorities say the police responded to a family concern and arrived at the suspect Paul Ciancia's apartment less than an hour after the alleged gunman left for the airport. Ciancia is in critical condition and could face the death penalty if convicted. And a missing NYU student has been found after being trapped between a dorm and a parking garage this weekend. 19-year-old Asher Vong Tao was reported missing early Sunday morning, and an NYU security worker found him last night, trapped but unconscious. It took firefighters 90 minutes to free the student. Investigators are still unsure of how the student became stuck in the first place. And think the IRS is out to get you? Think again. The IRS is warning consumers today of a threatening phone scam targeting citizens and recent immigrants across the country. Scammers are telling taxpayers that they owe money to the IRS, and refusal to pay can lead to arrest or deportation. The IRS urges taxpayers to be aware of the scam and report any potential cases to the IRS or file a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission.
Tens of thousands of demonstrators flooded the streets outside the U.S. Embassy in Iran on Monday. The anti-American rally gathered to protest new President Hassan Rouhani's outreach to Washington. Calls by groups like the Powerful Revolutionary Guard for a large showing made this demonstration the largest in years. 4 defendants have been charged with terrorism for involvement in the attack on the Westgate Mall in Kenya. Pleading not guilty and denying bail, their trial is expected to begin next week. The Somali terrorist group Al-Shabaab is being held responsible for the 4-day siege last September that left more than 65 people dead in Nairobi. Many questions remain, with other victims still buried under a collapsed section of the mall and a total of 11 suspects in custody. 6 people are dead in Thailand today after an overcrowded ferry capsized. The tourist ferry was traveling between the popular resort Pattaya and an off-island coast. 3 of the dead were Thai, 2 Russian, and 1 was from Hong Kong. 12 others were injured in the accident. It is estimated that at least 100 people were on board the ferry. Coming up, does weight make young girls more mature?
And sensors that detect when you're not paying attention in class, a new tool for professors, or an invasion of privacy. We'll have the details. Stay with us.
In the town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans.
These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids.
Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. So is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
We are one tonight, and we're breathing in the same air. So turn up the love.
I'm Amanda Harry. I'm Rachel Walsky.
I'm Chris Wilner.
And I'm Anna Giles.
And this is Citrus TV. Well, brr, it's cold outside, and it doesn't feel like it's going to get any warmer.
Citrus TV weather expert Maddie Oleskovich is here now for a full weather forecast. Maddie?
Well, past couple of days, but currently it is 39 degrees out with mostly cloudy skies. Winds are coming in from the southeast at 6 miles per hour, which makes it a little bit consistent temperatures, not too chilly like yesterday. The winds were at around 10 miles per hour, making it a little bit colder. Humidity is at 40% with 0 chance of rain today. Looking into tonight, there's also no chance of rain with partly cloudy skies. Temperatures are going to drop only to about 35 degrees with a low of 28 and a humidity at 54. And taking a look at our current surface map, a cold front is going to be coming in from the Midwest and the North, which is going to provide cold and drier temperatures and a drier humidity throughout the air. This high pressure zone coming in is also going to make for some cooler and fair weather within the next 48 hours. Looking at the current dew point, it is currently 19 in Syracuse, very dry outside, very uncomfortable temperatures along the coast. Philadelphia, Baltimore, 18 and 17, and New York City even getting to 14, making for some dry air. Temperatures in the Northeast are also in the upper 30s and lower 40s throughout the week. Taking a look at our 5-day forecast, tomorrow and Wednesday, we should be expecting some partly cloudy skies. Tuesday, a high of 54, and Wednesday, even we're getting to a high of 60. Thursday, we're expecting some rain and showers with a 70% chance of rain and a high of 54. Friday, a high of 43 with only a 40% chance of rain, and Saturday, we're back to partly cloudy skies with a high of 48.
All right, Maddie. Yeah, so everyone's big question right now is when are we going to get snow? And I notice we're getting precipitation later in the week, but temperatures go up. I mean, is there any snow for us in the near future?
Well, we are expecting some possible flurries this Thursday, actually. So we could be expecting them this weekend, but I really don't think we're going to be getting that snow until the end of November.
That's good. Some more time for warm temperatures.
Exactly.
A new study on cancer prevention research suggests that just a single dose of the HPV vaccine could be enough to protect women from cervical cancer. The study showed that women who took 1 dose of the vaccine all produce antibodies that remain stable at stable levels for 4 years. Currently, around 79 million Americans are infected with HPV. And there's yet another reason to worry about the obesity epidemic in America's youth. Girls with more weight and a higher body mass index may start physically maturing a full year earlier than their thinner peers. Researchers emphasize that inactivity and chemicals in food and water, obesity is just a factor of early onset puberty, not a cause of it.
The struggles for BlackBerry in the smartphone market keep coming after shares dropped 16% in morning trading. This comes after the company's CEO Thorsten Heinz stepped down and after confirmation that they are abandoning plans for a sale. BlackBerry recently reported a second quarter loss of $965 million. Apple is the newest company to show support for the Employment Non-Discrimination Act, known as ENDA. In an op-ed column in the Wall Street Journal, Apple CEO Tim Cook wrote that protection for workers of all identities is a good business practice that should be recognized by law. The act is under Senate vote today. Have you been paying attention in class? Well, there might be soon a way for your professors to know. SensorStar Labs in Queens, New York is developing EngageSense, a technology system to help teachers see when their lessons lose student interest. A camera focused on each student's face measures gaze and expression. This, along with audio, create a picture of classroom engagement privacy concerns. Privacy concerns remain an obstacle for the technology, and it's still in its development.
I'm Jay Alter. A look at what SU football and basketball were up to over the weekend, and we'll tell you what's going on in the NFL and NBA, all coming up on Sports.
Hey, my name's Katie and I'm in the 9th grade. I'm an A average student and I'm an athlete working towards a scholarship. And everybody tells me how much potential I have. But I just wish someone would tell me where my next meal is coming from. Katie, how'd I do?
Do you have to be so serious?
Well, I mean, I did like a crazy dance in a movie if you want me to like, you know, do a little, no.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
Hey, I'm Anderson Cooper. As a parent, you want to make sure that your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. Teach them that the best thing to do is calmly walk away, find a teacher or other adult, and speak up. And do your part. Be that adult they can talk to and trust will listen. Join me to help stop bullying. Go to stopbullying.gov to find out more.
Syracuse football is back to 500 after the Orange beat Wake Forest in the Carrier Dome on Saturday. It was a slow start offensively in this one as both teams went scoreless in the first half. SU and Wake combined for 14 punts before intermission, but in the third quarter, the Orange offense came alive. There's Terrell Hunt taking in the first score, and then this, Jared West off the reverse. He's going to get a touchdown pass, and that puts the wide receiver with more ACC touchdown passes than quarterback Terrell Hunt. How about that fun fact for you? Now, Syracuse is now 4-4 on the year. Next up for the Cuse is another ACC road test as the Orange travels down to Maryland for a battle with the Terps. Elsewhere on the Hill, SU basketball is back in action. I know it's only the beginning of November, but the Orange had its first exhibition game Friday night, and SU took care of business against Holy Family, winning 79-41. CJ Fair led the Cuse with 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. The Orange has its second exhibition game tomorrow night against Ryerson. Now, you may remember the name, Michael Carter-Williams. He led Syracuse to the Final Four last spring, and now Frank Pingatore, who just finished 18 holes up at Drumlin, takes a look at what this 6'6" point guard is up to.
That's right, Jay. Believe it or not, Michael Carter-Williams is taking the NBA by storm. He was named the Eastern Conference Player of the Week after leading the Philadelphia 76ers to a 3-0 start. The Sixers went from 30th to 10th in the ESPN Power Rankings and are 1 week after beating the Miami Heat, Washington Wizards, and Chicago Bulls. Carter-Williams set a record with 9 steals in his rookie debut and is averaging over 20 points, 9 steals, and 4 steals. It looks like GM Sam Hinkie's 10th overall pick in the NBA draft is paying off as the Sixers will be looking for their 4th win tonight against the Golden State Warriors. If they get the win, it will be the first time the Sixers went 4-0 since Allen Iverson led the Sixers to the 2001 NBA Finals. From Syracuse to Philadelphia, Michael Carter-Williams continues to have the spotlight on him, including tonight at 7 in the Wells Fargo Center. Back to you, Jay.
Thanks, Frank. Yeah, the Golden State Warriors coming to town. Taking a look at some action in the NFL yesterday, the Bills took on the undefeated Chiefs in Buffalo. The undrafted rookie quarterback Jeff Toole got the start for the Bills and actually had a lead until, well, this happened. The undrafted rookie, an interception in the red zone, and actually the Chiefs are going to take it all the way back. 100-yard interception return. Classic Bills, am I right? The Bills dropped to 3-6 with the loss. The Chiefs would go on to win 23-13. Meanwhile, the Jets beat the Saints 26-20. Huge game for Jets running back Chris Ivory. The former Saint had 140 yards and a touchdown on just 18 carries against his old team. And finally, in the NBA, the Knicks fell to the Timberwolves yesterday, 109-100. Former SU star Carmelo Anthony shined with 22 points and 17 rebounds, but it was not enough to hold off Kevin Love's 34 points. New York is now 1-2 on the year, but don't fire Mike Woodson just yet. Still very early in this NBA season.
All right, well, Jay, I guess the big story of coming up this weekend is going to be Syracuse, another road test, like you said, against Maryland. The Orange, you know, their offense and defense was struggling a little bit against Wake Forest. It was 0-0 after the first half. Do you think they can come out against Maryland with a little more finesse and kind of maybe get that offensive to attack to keep going?
Well, Chris, one thing going into this Maryland game to keep an eye on is how hurt the Terrapins are. They've been injured all season long, but their starting quarterback is coming back to play Syracuse, so it depends how healthy he is. But the Orange defense looks pretty good right now.
All right.
Also, Jay, on another topic we mentioned earlier in the newscast, that the cross-country team won the first ACC title. What's the significance of that?
Well, obviously, it's going to go down in the record books forever. I mean, you only get one first ACC title, and I wouldn't have put my money on cross-country, but good for those guys to bring home the hardware.
All right, thanks, Jay.
And coming up, your wake-up weather.
And Chicago's O'Hare Airport has an unexpected visitor. We'll be right back.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
I'm Russell Oliver.
I'm Maddie Olaskevich.
I'm Irfan Urazi.
And I'm Alex Resnick.
And this is Citrus TV News.
All right, Maddie, we welcome you back here. And tomorrow when I wake up, I know it's going to be cold, so what should I be wearing?
Well, we're going to have some partly cloudy skies, so the sun won't be out too much tomorrow. So I'd definitely bring out the jeans and a light jacket, maybe a scarf to match it.
All right.
And we also just had a switch in the time zone, or daylight savings. Does that kind of affect what, I mean, it's getting brighter as we wake up, right? Can you kind of talk about?
Exactly. Well, it has been a little bit chillier with the daylight savings time, but the sun is setting earlier now, so it's going to get colder later throughout the day and earlier throughout the week.
All right, thanks, Maddie. Millions of visitors pass through Chicago's O'Hare Airport every year, but one in particular has captured a lot of attention.
That visitor, an alligator. The animal was discovered at the airport on Friday.
The aviation workers caught the alligator using a broom and a dustpan as Chicago police held it for animal control.
And as for how the alligator got into O'Hare, that's still under investigation, but it's possible his owner brought to him by train.
All right, well, that about wraps us up here on Citrus TV News live at 6. I'm Chris Wilner. Have a great rest of your day.